What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we're going to be talking all about Apocalypse, which is the brand new map that came with Season 2. It's actually the only 6v6 map that came with Season 2, which is very disappointing numbers-wise, but the map itself, I actually find to be not disappointing at all. Now today's video is actually going to be a mix of Maps Exposed, which is the series where I share all of the lines of sight and jump spots and any other sort of secrets that I know of on all of the maps. But since there aren't a ton of spots on this map, they didn't really leave a whole lot of room to the imagination with this. I also just wanted to take the time to just talk about my thoughts on this map. But let's get through all the spots first, and then we'll get into my opinions. So starting it off from this side of the map over here, if you want to get a line of sight on people that are coming through this doorway right here, and also anyone that's just running across this area right here, all you have to do is come over to this side of the map, hug against this wall as tight as possible, and you'll be able to see them through there through a bunch of cracks. This works best with a thermal sight, or just something that's zoomed in nicely so you can actually see what's going on. You might have to strafe around a little bit to get that perfect line of sight on them, depending on exactly where they're standing. But you can see there, you do get a line of sight through them on there, and just a little alternative if you want to get a little closer is to jump up on the barrel right here, and you can do the same sort of thing looking through that doorway. Of course, if you are standing on this barrel here, you're going to be really exposed to anybody that comes through from down below here, and you won't be able to challenge them at all. Next up, I got a spot on this crashed helicopter right here. This one's a little bit tricky to hit, but it's great for challenging the people that are coming around this corner, or maybe just camping behind this piece over here, and they can basically not see you here. Now, like I said, it's a bit tricky. I'd recommend practicing this in a custom game a little bit, because it will take several tries if you're not very familiar with it. But basically, you just want to find yourself right up in this area right here, and try and jump onto this little invisible ledge on here. Once you catch it, just like that, you'll kind of be floating on top here, and there you go. You get a nice clean line of sight over top right here, and from their perspective, I'll show you guys what it looks like right here. I am practically invisible to them up here, and there's just no way they're going to win this gunfight against you. You're going to take them off guard pretty much every time, unless you're camping up here. Once they know you're here, then they can pick you off. Next, one of the biggest power positions on this map is right up in this area right here. You almost always have somebody in that spot or fighting over that spot, and I've got a couple amazing lines of sight that they just won't see coming. The first one is all the way back in the corner here. This one is for sniper rifles only, pretty much, or maybe a super accurate gun. But if you climb up on top of the broken tail here of this helicopter, and you just crouch from right here, look at that line of sight you get on them. It is absolutely flawless, and with a sniper rifle, you're just going to have no problem picking them off there. This is a great way to take those people out of there, and they'll have no idea what hit them. Now, another way to take them out, this one's a little bit more practical for a wider variety of guns. Instead of peeking around here and exposing your entire body to them, all you have to do is jump up onto this ladder right here, and then wedge yourself into this corner. From this corner, you will be able to see a sliver of that power position right there. If they're all the way over to the right-hand side of that, where there's no cover, then you won't be able to see them. But if they are strafed over pretty much as far as possible over onto that side, then you can get a line of sight on them through here, and you can actually pick them off. And this is just a spot that they normally aren't looking for you, so it will often be an easy kill. Now, just an alternative, this one will expose you more, but it will also give you a bit more control over your lines of sight and a couple new lines of sight. From here, you can jump up onto this railing here, and then from this, you can strafe out, which gives you a full line of sight to that area there, but you're also exposing your entire body to them, so it's not necessarily a great way to challenge them there. More importantly, though, what you can do is strafe around like this, and it gives you a line of sight on the people in the window there. Again, they can see a pretty good section of your body, but it's just an area where they're not normally going to be looking, and you may be able to take them off guard by doing this. After that one, I've got an interesting way to pick these people off. If they're camping in this window here, and you're on this flank side of the map over on this direction, what you can do here is hop up on top of this statue. Obviously, you want to make sure this area is safe and clear first, but if you jump right on top of it right here, you actually get a bit of a line of sight toward their head if they're standing in that window, and you may be able to pick them off through there. Unfortunately, this piece right here blocks the other window. It would be great to have a line of sight on that other window as well, but we just can't do it. And with that, that pretty much wraps it up for all of the spots that I was able to find that are really unique and not super obvious. Treyarch did a really good job going through this map and blocking off any sort of potential unintended lines of sight, so that makes this map not super interesting for this series. However, this is where I want to share my opinion on this map, and I've got to say, this is actually becoming one of my favorite maps in Cold War. I think the size of this map is absolutely perfect for 6v6 multiplayer for the gameplay style that I like. I feel like the map is big enough that there is a little bit of room to breathe, there is some room for spawn relief, and there's also room for some flanking and creative routes. However, it's also small enough that there is constant action if you want it. If you want to get into a fight, you can always find a fight very, very quickly on this map. And it's also not symmetrical, so it's not a really boring map design either. It's got a lot of good variety to it. The only thing I'm not really a fan of on this map is how cluttered it is. There's a lot of clutter going on around this map, a lot of textures and various things that can make visibility not so great in many situations against certain character models. But aside from that, I'm loving this map so far, and I think it was a great addition. The only really unfortunate thing is this is the only 6v6 map that we get for Season 2 at launch. And so far, the only other map we're going to be getting for Season 2 is just a smaller daytime version of Miami, which is already in the game. And that part I do find to be quite frustrating. This is the first time I can remember, at least in the Call of Duty franchise, where with the launch of a new season or DLC pack, we only got one regular 6v6 map. Normally we get about 3 to 4 6v6 maps, and we only got one. I mean, at least the quality is good on this one map, but it would have been nice to see at least 1 or 2 more. Of course, that is just my opinion. I'm interested in hearing from you guys in the comment section below. What do you guys think of Apocalypse in Black Ops Cold War? Are you like me? Do you really like this map? Is it becoming one of your favorites? Or do you not really like it so much? Just let me know those thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.